Welcome back, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here. My name's Amanda, and this is Moonlight Messenger. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome, and thank you for joining me here. I hope you consider subscribing. Today is a tarot reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. These messages are general, and they are timeless. You can be sure that this has met you in divine timing. So let's jump right on in for you guys. First of all, you have the Knight of Cups, okay? So the Knight of Cups is moving very swiftly and addressing emotional energy. It's about taking action with your emotions, and what covers that is the Ten of Cups. So you have quite a bit of loved ones in your space. You do have a lot that you have been taking on. You might even be working with a number of people that you love quite a bit. So it's very difficult for you to sift through all of these emotions, but you do have a wonderful feeling about it. It's not like you're resentful about having such responsibilities. You do have a very busy situation going on for you. You also have above you is the Emperor. So the Emperor is about leadership and about a quality order and creating a good structure for the people that are around you and those that are beneath you. It's a hierarchy situation, of course. You might be like one of the main leaders in your circumstances here. You might be bringing home all of the money or bringing home all of the work, or allowing yourself to move through a lot of people's emotions for them and allow people to work with you sorting out their emotions. In the bottom of the reading, you have the Four of Pentacles. So you're looking at a lot of structure and stability and creating this structure and stability. Definitely not for yourself. I can already tell that, but this is about creating stability for a whole, for your sake and for others. Now, along with this, at the bottom of the reading, you will be focusing on making more money. You will be focusing on making more strides towards success, and whatever that means to you. Success means many different things, not just money. But in the past, you have the Page of Pentacles coming up. So you were learning something new and striving towards some new goals and new aspirations. You may have even started a new job or earned a new position for yourself, and there is a lot to be said about how much you've learned and invested and how much you've been obtaining until this point, as far as experience and culture and knowledge and structural support for yourself, of course, once again, because that pentacle comes up here. So this is about a good solid resource, a good solid foundation, a really good job, so to speak. So in the future, you have the Knight of Wands. There's something very quickly moving about here that is a stirring in your soul. You're wanting something new. You're wanting something more passionate. And you might even be going back to something that has not been completely revised as much as you'd like anyways. In the current moment, you have the High Priestess. Now, this is a good soul journey. This is a really good soul journey as far as understanding yourself on a mysterious level, on a more spiritual level, on a soul level, okay? So you're working towards a lot. On the surface, you're working towards a lot, but under the surface, you're working towards even more. There's something here that is erupting and maybe even, dare I say, awakening in you that could be a soul revival. And in your moment to act, you have the Two of Swords. So this is something that you will intellectualize. You will understand with your emotions and your mind. So this is not just a heart decision. This is a mind and heart combo that you are deciding with all of the information that you can gather. You're deciding on a new trajectory for yourself to gather a lot more passion in life. I wonder if this changes the job from the past, or the work from the past that you've been focusing on. I don't know. I don't think that this is going to change the past, but maybe revise what you've been developing. So in your hopes and fears, you have the Seven of Swords. So you might even be running back to a place of understanding and commitment, and trying to gauge where you were committed to in order to get this far. Maybe there's a good tell here that's saying you want to be something more. You set out for some really fantastic goals, don't get me wrong here. But when it comes to manifesting and being on your spiritual journey, on your purposeful path, it doesn't have a lot to do with goals. I mean, it's great. Goals are great, but they don't really, it's definitely a head decision. Goals are in the head and purpose is in the heart. Okay, so there's something combining here and trying to develop a more stable balance for you that will serve you in the future to fulfill your purpose. And I'm saying this all because I just pulled the Hangman card. Now, the Hanged Man card is sometimes more of a sacrifice than anything, and you've been seeing some sacrifices as far as where you've been and what you were doing and how you've developed things, and you certainly have an idea of wanting more because you've got this fulfillment, great fulfillment, but you're still doing the deep dive and you're still doing this moonlit journey that you're trying to understand yourself on a soul level. You're trying to get to this deeper aspects of yourself and your spirit to get to understand where this purpose is in your life. Because doing all this hard work it is fulfilling to help others that you love, but it may not be quite enough when it comes to meeting yourself on that soul level. Because emotions are good and all, but what about the soul? What about the spirit? Because it feels a little bit stagnant in there at this moment at the bottom of the reading with that 4. Okay, it feels just a little bit like maybe you want more, and there's nothing wrong with wanting more. It's just that the work that we put into things will create a foundation for you to be able to look back and see that you have this power about you and that you always did. And this is something that you really should give yourself more credit, because as much as you did accomplish in the past, and as much as you are moving back into a place of understanding your soul and understanding your spirit and getting into that deeper aspects of yourself, you're still moving into a place of full awareness. And in order to see that, you're going to have to stop being a martyr. You don't need to feel bad about anything that you've done so far. There's no feeling bad about anything right now. You're actually going into a place of total and utter empowerment. You've got this. You could take yourself off of that cross if you wanted to. You could put yourself anywhere you want. Did you know that? It's important for you to know that. I guess that what's really important is knowing what you want, right? That's where the stagnation may be coming in. Yeah, I would say it's difficult to make these choices. It's very difficult for you to make the choice to move forward because you're not 100% sure where forward will be for you. In fact, it kind of feels like you may be afraid to make these choices, actually. When it comes down to it, Taurus, you have to take a lot of pride in where you've been and what you've grown into so far. Okay, and have grace, have gratitude for where you are and where you're going too, because this is not the end of the game for you. There's a lot more coming for you. And you do have an opportunity to see this mind and heart connection that will help you to drive towards these new purposes in life, okay? If you need any help with this deciding, go into your intuition. Take a moment and settle into your intuition and let yourself really, really hear what your soul has to say, because there's some things that you will be able to say in your mind that you don't really agree with in your heart. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like down below and make sure you leave me a comment before you go. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, drop them down below. I can't wait to see you guys next time. Thank you so much for being here. Talk to you next time. Bye.